I want to thank the VFW for hosting this today. You know, the VFW provides a home for our veterans here, but they're more than that. You know, as mayor, I've gotten to work with Glenn on so many different things, and I've gotten to know him really well. And I just want to say that it's been a privilege. It's one of the best parts of this job, Glenn, is to see what you and everybody here does for the community on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. The amount of donations and philanthropy and community service that this group does. So in addition to giving our veterans a place, you also give back to the community. And today's one of those days. And I want to thank Glenn Miller for being an unbelievable post commander. Thank you, Glenn. America's 250th is a special moment. It's one of these moments where you stop and pause. You know, the hustle and bustle of life, and believe me, I've got 3 small kids. My boys keep me busy, my wife and I. She's out with 2 of them now. I've got my youngest here with me. But we go about our daily lives like every other American, and most of the days we're just busy with soccer and schedules and homework and everything else. And these moments of reflection are incredibly important. They're important not just for me and for the people who served our country, who are here, our veterans, to give thanks and show our gratitude for what we have, for what you've done for us. But they're important to show the next generation why you have to stop and pause, what this is all about. Everything that we love, everything that I love, everything that my kids love, everything we hold dear, the reason we love these things, the reason we get to hold them dear is because of the republic we live in. It's because 250 years ago, a group of people got together and did something that really should have never happened. Never happened before, hasn't happened since. The spark that was America was unique in history, and it's why I believe, and a lot of people do, that it was God-inspired. Because at the end of the day, the idea that every person is created equal and that we all have the right to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that may sound, to my kids even, that may sound totally normal, commonplace. But when they wrote that down, it was the first time in human history anybody had written that down. And not only did they write it down, but to Glenn's point, they stepped up and they defended it with their lives. They stepped up with their lives at this idea that they could create this country. They had no idea whether or not it was going to be possible. And they did it, and they put their lives on the line. And so 250 years later, I get to stand up here as the mayor of one of the best towns in America, the best town in America. But one of the reasons that Manasquan is the best town in America is because it represents the best of America, right? We do what those founders had envisioned. We still do it here today. A sense of community, the sense of looking after one another, taking care of each other. Friday night, we were celebrating America. Fireworks are scheduled to go off, and what happens? A squall comes in, right? A storm. And what do I hear? I hear sirens go off, and I hear the volunteer firemen rush to their posts, the volunteer first aid people rushing out to help. I see neighbors helping neighbors to get off, to fold up their chairs and get off the beach. I'm watching everybody help everybody. And I text the chief of police when I get back, and I said, "Chief, was anybody hurt?" He says, "Thank God, no." And of course they weren't, because this town embodies the very best of this country. And like I said at the 4th, this country is our people. It's about us, just like this town is. It's about us. And it's about the land we have. We have this beautiful beach here, right? And in America, we have the beautiful rolling hills we talked about and the mountains. But at the end of the day, in both cases, the things that make America and Manasquan special is the idea. It's the idea of America that made us special and unique and carried this torch of freedom for a quarter century. And here in Manasquan, it's this idea of traditional American values that we adhere to, that we teach our kids, that we share with our neighbors, that makes this town special. And so I fight to preserve those as best I can. I do my piece to do what Benjamin Franklin said and keep the republic. I'm happy to see that there are so many community members in the community that I'm lucky enough to serve who do their part to keep the republic every single day. And I said this at Memorial Day, and I'll say it again. Even though we may not have everybody here today, everybody out there takes these moments to help each other. I see it. I'm telling you right now, as mayor of this town, I see it on a daily basis. I see residents helping each other every single day. And it's that spirit of community that keeps us all going and keeps this whole thing going. Without that, Manasquan isn't what it is. And without the dedication of not just their ideals, their treasure, their time, but their lives, the people who serve our country, we don't have a country. And so today I'm filled with gratitude for those people who serve our country, those people who gave their lives for our country, and I'm really grateful as well for the people who helped preserve our country and the American way of life that we have today. So thank you for coming out to honor America's 250th. It is an honor to serve as your mayor. It's an honor to be here today among these great men and women. Thank you again for hosting this, Glenn, and I hope everyone enjoys the day. Happy 4th of July, everyone.